Hello friends, hello, how are you? It has been a bit since I've done an actual video like this, hasn't it? Tis the season though, it's so much easier. Summers get crazy for me on everything that we're doing out here and with our curated farmers market CSA basket and the gardens and everything else. And I did a little bit this summer. It was progress from last summer, but anyway. Okay, I thought I would take you with me today. I am in the kitchen today. It's a really big kitchen day. It's a big kitchen day because it needs to be, because we need food. I have kids requesting certain things and I'm out of bread. So yeah, so here's what we're doing today. I will try to link every single recipe or link to the video that I've already shared the recipe. So I'm doing a lemon basil herb salt today. It tastes really good with basically anything that you would ever use basil and salt for. So I did this with my farm school kids. Did I tell you this? Yes, I did. I shared this in the space that we started a farm and nature school out here. Well, it's a 6-week class and we have kitchen time every day. Anyway, all that to say that was yesterday and we made the herb salt together yesterday, but I haven't made my own yet for the winter. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to make our family's favorite sandwich rolls that we use for pretty much anything and everything, particularly for my big guys that are in school. I am going to get some sourdough going as well. I'm also going to do this is a lot of carbs. I'm going to do a sourdough discard banana bread. I have this loaf of bread from my parents' restaurant that I need to use before it goes bad. I haven't had a chance to use it yet, and my kids are requesting, or one of my kiddos is requesting French toast. So I'm going to make a French toast, like casserole type of thing for tonight. I have to do my kefir. I've started using kefir quite a bit for myself primarily. Some of my kids will throw it in a smoothie, but I drink it like a shot glass. If you don't know much about kefir, kefir is like a really heavy duty yogurt, meaning just what it is loaded with. It's really, really good for you. Sometimes I'll do a smoothie, but honestly, I've just gotten into the habit where I'll pour just a little bit in a cup and just drink it. I do feel like it is helping. Would you like to say hi? This is Posey. Posey's gonna be helping me some today. Some of my kids are gone. Did I already say that? Some of my kids are gone today, so that's why I'm doing a big kitchen day today. I need to make more sea salt and lime rice, and that's probably about it. I have on my list breakfast burritos, but I don't think I'm gonna have enough eggs right now. My hens are not laying very many. And I don't really want to, we've already had frost here. You know, as soon as that happens, their laying slows way down. And I don't really want to use all of my eggs for that. I don't know, I'm gonna have to think on that one. So anyway, just come along with us. We will have fun. I need to get this kefir done first. So I'm not gonna go into all of the details of kefir. I do milk kefir. I'm not gonna go into that right now. You can look it up yourself. This is just me just doing this for us. So I try to keep this in our refrigerator. I do this every, usually 48 hours. So right now in here is just raw milk and my kefir grains. They look kind of like tapioca or, you know, whatever. So I'm straining my kefir grains out, and then I will fill this back up with milk. Hold on, I'm going to need my spoon. I will fill that back up with milk, and then we'll start a whole nother process. I'm really liking this whole process of milk kefir. Hold on one second, sweetie, because it's pretty simple actually it's incredibly simple once you have really good grains. I was given mine and I'm really, really enjoying it. But I also like it that if I need a break, I can just pop it into the refrigerator. Hold on one second, sweets. So we're just gonna actually keep doing this. Okay, so this is all of my grains that I have. You can see it kind of looks like maybe more so like cottage cheese. And then I'm just gonna put these back every couple times. I'll get out, or I'll change my jar and I'll get a new one. Now I'll cover this back up with milk, cover it, leave it on the counter. It just does it, you know, over 24 to 48 hours. And then I'll have a whole nother jar full. So I'm doing this for health reasons for myself. I'm not gonna tell you that this tastes amazing. It doesn't. It tastes quite interesting. Very sour, kind of like sour yogurt. It's the consistency of a yogurt, stronger than Greek yogurt, not as thick as Greek yogurt, but I know it's just loaded with probiotics and different things. And I've been on this health journey for a bit, just trying to get to the point where my gut just feels good. And to be completely honest with you, this summer, I shared this over on Instagram. Let me grab my milk a minute. This summer I took, you did? Yes, my little guy's over there playing with magnetiles. This summer we went on just what we call our Selah weekend. It's our family's little weekend away, just a reboot basically. And I thought, you know what, this year I'm just gonna relax about food, meaning we're just gonna do a lot of stuff that's just kind of ready to go already. So I went to Sam's Club, got things, you know, like already made potato salad and bread and different things. Yes, sugar, they're downstairs. And like, it's a vacation, we can do that. And we can do that. We have the freedom to do that, right? It's great. I'll tell you what, I have been battling my digestion since then. And I know, like I said over on Instagram, I shared this, that, you know, sometimes people will say, well, you don't want to be a slave to your food because, you know, that just takes all joy out of it. I'm like, no, I want my joy back. I want the joy of my food back. And I'm kind of, he just dropped his magnetile. It's okay, you can rebuild it. I want my joy back, where I'm not thinking so much about what I'm eating, because I know that what I'm putting in is good and I'm not going to feel just sick afterwards. So I've thought about taking all dairy out. I thought about taking all gluten out. But here's my thing. When I have raw dairy of any sort, like what I'm doing with the kefir or just raw milk, or if I have sourdough, I don't have any issue. It's when I have the other things that aren't good necessarily for you or whatnot. So anyway, all that to say, long story short, I'm not trying to be on a soapbox right now, but that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. You do what you want to do with your food, but there's a reason why I make so much homemade from scratch now. And I do enjoy the process, but not always. There's times I get tired of it as well. But I just want to feel good again. So anyway, we're getting there. Okay, back to cooking. So rice. I started doing rice in my Instapot. It's just so much easier, and that has gone really well. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a double batch of rice going, so it'll get us through the rest of the week for lunches, and just whatever else. So rice, kefir's done. Now on to rice. And then once the rice is all cooked, I add salt, lime juice, and butter just to taste. So there won't be a recipe for this. I mean, just, you know, I'm making 6 cups right now of rice. So I'll probably use 1 full lime for sure, maybe 2, and I'll taste it. I'll probably use about a half a stick of butter, because it's gonna make a lot. And then, of course, salt and pepper to taste. So taste your rice. Whatever it is that you like, do that. I just realized I didn't have my hair up. That's one of my pet peeves. My girls are working me. We don't have our hair up. We need our hair up when we're in the kitchen. That's the stuff is just for us. But okay, I have to show you something. Check this out. So we grew loofah squash this year. If you followed along in any of the couple of garden videos, you know that it trellised all the way over one. It was gorgeous. Just one second. And this is what the inside, I only have one that is fully dried out, and then the seeds come out of the inside. So I'll probably give this another day or 2. We just peeled it yesterday, all of the skin off. And then you can now use this literally as a loofah sponge to clean. I wish you could feel it. but it feels so cool. It feels just like a sponge, so I love that. Anyway, that was just a fun little side note I had to show you. Next is our lemon basil, which lemon basil is, I just grew lemon basil, and I dried this, and I'm going to do the Redmond sea salt, which is, yeah, amazing. I'm just gonna fill this probably, oh, I don't know, halfway up. I know we will go through a lot of this. You guys, this lemon basil smells so good. This is one of my most favorite basils to grow. I grow a lot of it. It did decent this year. Last year it was amazing. I'm gonna grow a ton more this year. And you can do this with fresh. Herb salts are something that's so simple to get herbs into your food that way. And you can use this with fresh as well. I mean, the fresh herb. The only thing I would say to do is then you'll probably want to store it in your refrigerator, because there will be moisture in the leaves if you use them fresh. Either way, it'll taste delicious. I just dried these at the end of our season. You could actually totally throw, these are all the seeds on the top. You could throw those in there too, but I'm not. We're just going to do, that should probably be about good. Just one small bunch. And it'll get really loud. This, you know how the ninjas are. You got it. Yep. Yeah. All right, so it looks like kind of, because I use the pink salt, it looks kind of pinkish green now. I'm just gonna store it in here, and then this is a great idea to do as gifts, I think, for Christmas. I love food gifts. I shared a bunch of those, I think, last year as well. But, oh, smell it. It smells good, just like basil salt. But yeah, you can always, it's a really fine salt now because we obviously blended it. And, ooh, I can taste it in my mouth already. But actually, I can taste a lot of it in my mouth, but I like doing it that way because then it dissolves. Whatever you're gonna put it in, it dissolves really quick. That was a perfect amount. It's strong, honey, it's salt. That's not gonna be like tasting amazing plain. It needs to go in things. So yeah, so now this is our lemon basil salt that I'll put in soup and pasta and pizza. I wanna do some, I actually have one of my boys trying to work on a pizza oven for me, a DIY one. And I really am hoping that it works because I would love to do some wood fire pizzas this winter. So we love cooking outside, anything that we can. So enjoyable. Okay, I'm blowing through my list. So the salt is done, rice is going, kefir is done. Now I'm gonna get my sourdough going. So I'm not going to bake my sourdough, my loaf, until tomorrow. The sourdough discard banana bread, I am gonna bake that very soon. So we'll get that going, and then I need to do the French toast. I'm actually thinking, I'm not sure I am gonna do the focaccia today. I think I'm just gonna do our regular rolls and the sourdough discard banana bread that we'll actually have to eat today or whatever. So I've shared this many times, but we have new friends in this space, not sponsored in any way, but this is the reason why we'll never have to write a sourdough cookbook. This cookbook is fantastic. Anybody can understand it. Makes it very, very simple for anybody at any stage of your sourdough journey to do. So anyway, I'm just going to do what I always do, our everyday loaf. I don't do sourdough every day, but that is what we're gonna do. So it's 50 grams of active starter. My starter is looking amazing, nice and good. 350 grams of water, 500 grams of bread flour, and 9 grams of sea salt. Okay, sourdough bread is going. Now we're gonna do the sourdough discard banana bread. And my really, really ripe ones, I always freeze my bananas, do you? Makes it so easy to use later. And I never throw them away.
What is that?
And these are bananas, frozen bananas.
Ain't no veggie.
This is a compost bucket, obviously. Okay. This recipe is from the Clever Carrot, and I follow it pretty true to what it is. I'm queen of substitutions if I think something might taste better. I know it's gonna drive some of you crazy, but I hate it when I forget to clear out my scale. That's approximate. So I typically love using my duck eggs to bake with. I love baking with duck eggs. But ever since our Great Massacre, did I tell you about that? I'm pretty sure I did. We had, if I didn't, basically what happened is we caught on camera, on a field camera, in one night, 3 raccoons, the biggest raccoon unlocked and opened our chicken coop door, 3 raccoons, a skunk and a possum in our chicken coop for 3 hours. The night before that was the massacre, where we counted 10.
Mom.
Just 1 second, sugar baby.
No.
Yeah. It is skunk. Yeah, he's trying to tell you about the skunk because he's heard us say this story so much. But anyway, long story short, we lost at least 10 that they left behind. And we hadn't counted, probably in a while because we had just hatched some out. So anyway, all that to say, ever since then, our hens have hardly been laying, and it's been so sad and frustrating. So we're hoping that the winter time resets them, and they rest now, and then this spring they will come back in full force, but we will see. And I have not had duck eggs. That was 1 duck egg, and that's probably the first one I've had in 2 to 3 months. So sad. All right, so now we're gonna add our sourdough. Actually, this is active starter. I'm just gonna use active starter today because I wouldn't actually have to put this, before I feed this today, my starter, I need to go ahead and discard anyway, so I'm just gonna use this and it will be fine. Now that's ready to go. Now that is ready to go. My starter is ready to be fed. So I will do that. Are you just wanting to say hi? Okay, let's add our flour. We're gonna add our flour in. It's 250 grams. Yet what? You want to get closer? Oh, you want us to get closer to say hi. Okay, you say hi.
Hi. Mama, say hi.
That's very nice of you to say hi. Yeah. What did you say?
This.
That's oil. Yeah, what are we making? It doesn't have a smell to it. What are we making?
Milk.
This is milk, but what are we making right now?
Oh no.
Banana bread.
Yes.
Do you like banana bread?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you found a marker. Yeah, that's a permanent marker.
Good.
Yeah, it's not a gun. Okay. You think that that's gonna taste good? I guarantee you it will not. All my ingredients are in here. This is what I like about the sourdough discard breads that you can use. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and put this on. Oh, would you like to hold it? We're gonna go ahead and put it on our KitchenAid mixer. Okay, good job. That's very good. We'll mix, and then I bake mine. I love finding Pampered Chef at consignment stores, and I found this here. I love baking our banana bread in this. It bakes very, very well. So we have to mix it first. Oh, I'm so sorry. We're gonna go mix this first, and then we'll get that in the oven. Moving on to the French toast. This is just from a church cookbook. I love church cookbooks. They're just tried and true. So anyway, this is just a French toast recipe. I revamp it. I know some of you, it drives crazy. You have shared with me that I don't always measure, but in defense of me, I want to say one thing. When you're in the kitchen as much as I am, and I grew up in the kitchen with my grandma and then at my parents' restaurant, like you just kind of, you get a feel for things. So, you know, you bake by feeling, by sight, by smell, and it doesn't serve me wrong that often. So anyway, now I'm just gonna break, this bread is several days old. It was, well, it's actually longer than that, but I had it in the freezer and I thawed it out and then I just never did anything with it, but I need to today. So it's just their oatmeal bread. It is my favorite bread. Yeah, help me just break it up into pieces. And it's just, oh my goodness, it's so good. So a couple of the CSA pickups, no, just one of them had this bread in it over the summer, and it was so good. So anyway, we're just doing the French toast, right? Yeah, and my kids will devour this. Oh, rice is done. You can go look and see if it's done. Don't do anything with it, just see if it's done. We're gonna let it sit for just a couple minutes. What does it say on the front? No. Cool. Oh, no. Yes, it does say L-O-O-O-O. That just means the time is done. So we're going to give it just a couple more minutes and then we will release the pressure. So here's the thing. I don't do this a ton. I mean, I don't do it once a week. I do it probably, I try. I mean, it would be great if I could do this twice a month, you know, where I have a really big kitchen day. I would love to tell you I did, but I don't. It's probably closer to once a month. But when I do, it makes it so much easier for us as a family to, one, all my kids can find food because we're an ingredient family. I've shared that a lot in this space. When you're an ingredient family, it just means that, you know, you bake a lot from scratch. One, it's way more economical for us. And two, it just, like I shared earlier, it just makes us feel better. But the trick is, my high school boys, they don't have time to come in here very often, you know, and between jobs and my oldest son plays basketball and, you know, homework and just different things. They don't have time for that. So I need to try to make sure that I have stuff ready for them. It's incredibly helpful. So this French toast, we'll probably have, I did add one thing to my list. I'm gonna make an egg casserole too, because again, I needed some of this bread for that. They're simple, they're easy, they can grab them and go if they need to, you know, whatever it might be. And then they know that they're still gonna feel good. They're not gonna have to worry about feeling like junk later. So, but if you desire to become, or maybe you are looking for more things, if you can just find your core recipes, if you can have, you know, 500 things to do, you know, just your core recipes. My boys, they need carbs way more than I do, but they do, you know, they need those carbs and whatnot. So it's just something there, you know, find your recipes that your family loves. That's all I'm trying to say. And you can prep things like meat, you know, that takes a while. So I was so glad yesterday I did all of that meat. We needed all of that. So that is now done, and that will get a lot of, we'll make a lot of meals from that. It just makes it easier. For sure, it makes it easier. So anyway, what are your favorite things? Do you have a favorite meal that you just love to do? Do you have something that, like, you know, if you prepped it ahead of time, your family would eat more because you love it? You know, what are those things? Give me your ideas. I would love to know. All right, so this French toast will sit. You can let it sit overnight. I know they say that that's a good idea. Yeah, I just don't usually have time for that. And I don't always think that far ahead. So this is gonna sit out, or probably in my refrigerator, until we're ready to bake it off tonight. And I think we will probably just have breakfast tonight. So I'll do this in just a really simple, delicious, healthy egg casserole too. And call it good. Uh-oh, I'm spelling again. All right, so once your bread, so this bread is gonna soak it all in, which is exactly what you want. You just kind of push it in And then if you want, you can add like a praline topping. I'll probably do that for part of it maybe. Real maple syrup, delicious. Whatever you like on your toppings. We've done it with fruit before. Okay, so this is now done. I realized I'm talking about the egg casserole. This is done. I realized this is the one that I make for Christmas. It's my go-to. It's really delicious. It's very simple. It's good for you, but yet has just so much flavor. So anyway, that's kind of cool. And as I'm putting this together, I realized as I was also, right before I put it all together, because I realized that when I was cooking my sausage. So my sausage is from a local farm. My milk that I did all of these recipes with today, from a local farm. The eggs are from my hens, even though they're not laying very much right now, but local farm. The bread that I'm using in this recipe and in the French toast recipe, it's not local, but small business from my parents' restaurant. It's amazing when you can see your kitchen starting to actually look like and represent and be community-based. Like, how cool is that? Can you imagine how our communities would look different if everybody's kitchens were like that? Where, we don't need to be, nobody needs to be fully self-sustained, but we can be community sustained. I've talked about that, I know, in this space before. It's just something I'm really passionate about. And literally, as I was cooking the sausage, I thought, I have at least 4 to 5 small, mostly local businesses represented right here in my kitchen today in all of these recipes, and I think that's amazing. I'm all about building community. We need community to survive, so I think it's pretty cool.
You don't have my people look like this is how I like to go back.
Okay, so I'm finishing up my last thing here. I'm waiting for the sourdough banana bread to come out of the oven, and then the only thing I haven't done on my list are the rolls. And I think I'm going to have to wait because I need to, it is what time here? Hold on one second, friends. It is 12:11 here. I have to go pick up our milk. I thought I'd take you with me to go pick up the milk. And then I have to go pick up my son, one of my sons, from school today because the other one has started all of his basketball stuff. So I think the rolls are gonna have to wait till tomorrow. I might have time later this afternoon, but usually once I leave my kitchen and I pick it up, I usually okay, I don't know if I really want to go back in and, make a disaster again. Not that they make that big of a mess, but my guess is it's probably gonna come tomorrow. But why don't you come with me and I will take you to the farm that we get our milk from. Look what just came out of the oven. Can you hear it? Oh, goodness. That's hot. It smells amazing. These are 2 of their milk cows. Hey. Okay, so I couldn't take you into I think they call it their parlor area where we pick up the milk. But basically, we pick up our 4 gallons is what I get currently, and then we drop off our jars, and we do that once a week. So sometimes I wish we could get way more, and there's other times where we just don't go through it quite as fast as what I would love. But my little man's asleep. We're so thankful that we have a local place that, nice hiccup. We are so thankful that we have a local place where we can get our milk until we can decide if we want to do a family milk cow. Like, the thought of that sounds wonderful, and then it sounds incredibly overwhelming too, because I know, like, the family milk cow has been very much romanticized in social media, right? And I don't want to regret that decision. It also very much ties us down, which is something that, I mean, we already are tied down to where we are. I'm fine with that, but it does on a whole nother level. So just thinking through that one. So in the meantime, I'm incredibly thankful that we have this opportunity. Friends, my day never goes how I think. This afternoon ended up getting really busy. I did finish most everything. I wasn't able to show you like everything I wanted to with the dairy farm. That's the food that just came out of the oven. It smells absolutely divine. We're just gonna serve the eggs and the French toast with some apples tonight. My banana bread, or banana sourdough, you know what I'm saying, totally gone already. And all the stuff for the rice bowls and just different things that's in the fridge and ready to go. So anyway, I just wanted to quickly come here and just say thanks for joining me. I know life happens for every single one of us, that it just doesn't always go how you think it's going to go, but thanks for joining me today. So be inspired, get in your kitchen. What are your favorite meals? Leave me some ideas. Like, what do you love doing ahead? So anyway, talk to you next time.